A very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Nishant, and I'm going to be taking your speaking right now. What is your name?
So my name is Palakpreet Kaur.
What can I call you?
You may call me Palak, sir.
Palak. Tell me something about yourself, Palak. Are you a student? Are you working? Things like that.
Uh, I recently completed my studies in nursing from a college, namely SBS College in Amritsar, and I right now I'm free. I'm not doing any job, but want to pursue a job. Want to do a job in the same field.
Okay. Let's talk about social media. When was the first time you started using social media, Palak?
Well, I can't exactly put a number on it, but I think almost 3, 4 years ago, I got my first phone, and that is when I came into contact with the world by social media. I downloaded these apps, social apps, mainly Instagram and Snapchat, by which I connected to people on social media.
How does social media change the lives of people?
Absolutely, irrefutably, social media has impacted and evolved the lives of people around the world. It has made people more interactive and given an opportunity to have more conversation and more interaction with each other.
Do you think social media is destroying the physical connections between people, like the face-to-face connections?
Well, I would say it is not actually destroying and devastating it at an extinction level, but somehow impacting it at a huge scale. Social media usage now has created a hindrance in more of face-to-face conversation and phone calls because of the easy texting option.
Right. So, what do you prefer, to call up somebody, to meet somebody, or to send a text?
It depends upon the kind of person that I have to interact. When it comes to formal types of communication, usually they use text or email. When it comes to friends, I usually interact them with social media, or if they are close to me, I would call them. But when it comes to family, definitely I prefer calling them instead of messaging or texting.
Right. Let's talk about flowers. Do you like flowers?
Yes, I'm quite a nature loving person and I love flowers.
Many people like cut flowers. Some people just don't like flowers. They say, no, we don't want cut flowers at all. So, what do you think? Should the flowers be cut or not?
As it is said that a person who likes flowers would cut them, but a person who actually loves them will nurture them and make them grow better and grow and um, grow better. So I am being a lover of the nature and flowers. I believe they should not be cut, but actually be nurtured.
On what occasions do people in your country give flowers to each other?
There are certain occasions where people use flowers as a gift or a symbol of gratification, uh, especially ceremonies like anniversaries and birthdays and weddings. Moreover, whenever people meet each other, especially partners and love couples, they usually use flowers as a symbol of gratification and love.
Right. I'm proceeding to part two of the speaking. In case you wish to make some notes, you can make some notes.
Yes,
So, in this part, I'll give you 1 minute to think on the topic and 1 to 2 minutes to talk about it. Please don't mind if I interrupt you in between.
yes, sir.
Okay, so this is your.
It's not properly visible, sir.
Let me adjust it. Yeah,
Yes,
here you are. Fine.
yes,
Is it
sir.
visible now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm giving you 60 seconds to think on this topic and 1 to 2 minutes to talk about it.
Okay, sir.
Please start.
Well, there are a set of rules and regulations that I had to work under in my school time. But the one main rule that I would like to talk about now is the usage of phone. We were prohibited strictly from using phone in the study hours. We were just allowed to use our phones during our breaks or intervals between our classes. If anybody broke this rule, he or she used to be penalized highly with a 3-day absent marked continuously and a 2,000 rupee fine. Well, this rule was quite strict as the penalization was highly um, administered. It was used on every student as fact without any consideration. I believe this rule was very effective and important so as to prevent any kind of distraction and build up a better focus of children towards their studies. We usually see phones are a big distraction. They actually stop and they could hinder our process of studying with proper concentration. Checking on our phones has become such a problem that, especially in teenagers and students, that we actually reduce our focus on studies, but waste our time more on social media and using of phone. I believe this rule has been very imperative and has helped a lot because it helped me build a better focus on my studies. And this rule was something that actually helped reduce the distraction while studying in school. I actually implemented this rule at my home also. Whenever I am studying, I used to actually put my phone aside, put it on silent or do not disturb mode so that I can concentrate on my studies and not use my phone as a distraction at times when I'm studying. I actually, even when my school is over now, I use this rule in my daily life so as to cut out the distractions and be focused towards whatsoever work I am doing. This actually helps me achieve my activities in a better way.
Thank you so much, Palak. Before I proceed on to part 3 of the speaking, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. What was the reason for choosing Webberz for your IELTS exam preparation?
Well, I had listened a lot. I had heard a lot from people about Webberz, and I think it was the best choice I had ever made. The teachers here are so proficient and they know everything so well. They actually motivate me to study better. The environment of Webberz is really good and it has helped me a lot to increase my band score as I had before. Uh, so yes, that is the reason I
Not
chose
choosing
Webberz.
Govind Vihar branch.
Can you repeat it?
What was the reason for choosing Govind Vihar branch?
There is this friend of mine who took coaching from Govind Vihar branch, and she told me about this faculty being so motivating and so proficient about the subject. So I got my admissions here.
All right. And who's the teacher?
My teacher is Stephen sir.
Okay.
He's
And
really good in his subject, I would say.
which area were you weak in and he helped you out?
Basically, I was struggling with speaking, especially. I actually took classes from a center before also, but they actually didn't help me a lot. I required a personalized time for improving in the aspects that I needed to improve. But that was not getting possible. But Stephen sir actually helped me a lot.
So you have done coaching from elsewhere also?
Listen.
Okay, I would not ask you the name, don't worry. And you did not like the place. You did not like the speaking, the setup of the speaking there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, let's proceed to part 3 of the speaking now. Let's do discussions. Okay, Palak, I would like to know that rules are very important for every country. There are some people who break the rules. What should be done with them?
It is human nature that everybody breaks rules and regulations that are set up by the authorities. And sometimes, if the rules broken, uh, it could be okay. But most of the times, it is required to take strict actions by the authorities. Penalization could be a method, and sometimes giving warnings could also be effective.
By warnings, do you mean how many warnings?
There should be a legislation related to warnings. If a person breaks a traffic rule for once, he may be left on with a warning, but if it occurs again and again, he must be penalized.
In case the person is drunk driving, should he be put in jail?
I believe that when it comes to drunk driving, it has really caused a lot of accidents, and it is required that strict actions be taken. So yes, if it is suitable, then the person should be put in jail.
Don't you feel the people who are driving drunk are jeopardizing lives of other people also?
Yes, I irrefutably believe that is true. A person who is drunk obviously does not care about his own safety, but puts others in the threat also. So yes, this problem, this issue of alcoholic uh, driving while you have consumed a lot of alcohol is somehow a problem to the other people also who are traveling on road.
Thank you so much.